in crypto, and I come to you guys every day exactly at 11:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you to all of you who showed up on time this morning. I do love you guys and appreciate you a lot. I've had a rough morning, fellas. Found out I'm dying. So we're going to cross our fingers I don't die. I hear most people die, but I went to the doctor this morning, and it's not great. I have 5 days to live.
Oh, no.
Oh, so, guys, we better get to 2 million subscribers before they... So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So when it becomes TJ Crypto, you guys can click that. But that is where I was with the doctor this morning. I'm not dying, but I've been told I have to be healthier. And you know what I told my doctor? I said, listen here, Dr. Deb. I said, the people in my chat have been telling me I'm dying and out of shape for a long time. I should have listened to them. So you guys deserve medical degrees. But that's why we've been drinking water, guys. Only one bang. We were down to one bang a day. So we'll see what happens.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't great news I got this morning, though. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can survive through this year at least to get all my crypto gains. They also told me not to be very dramatic about it as I march towards death's door. So we'll see what happens.
They clearly don't know you very well.
Also, honey, I'm sorry you had to find out this way. Okay, so guys, we got a lot of big stories going on. We got MicroStrategy doing something huge. Crypto Faces in the chat. Speaking of people who look like they're dying all the time. Crypto Face in the chat. We love that guy. He's crushing the markets. Uh-oh, Allie, his fan, showed up in the window.
#1 fan.
Whoa, she was like ready to come in here. It's just a chat, Allie. It's just a chat. So anyways, he's got a big fan in the office. I don't know if he knows that.
Huge.
Big fan in the office. Loves Crypto Face. How did I get here? Where am I at? Why am I on that? Because we're going to be talking about Michael Saylor buying a bunch of, bearish on health. That's what they say. Buying a bunch of Bitcoin, but they're doing it in a very unique way that they've done one other time before. And maybe we can kind of look at where the price of Bitcoin was the last time they did something huge like this. And, $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. I believe these are convertible notes is what it boils down to. So that's something they did before. Bitcoin was down. And let me tell you about Bitcoin, guys. I'm hearing a lot of stuff about the Bitcoin. Getting a lot of information funneled to me from different sources. Out of the box sources. People tell me some information that's very interesting. And so we'll have to see what happens. Basically saying 42K is coming. I don't know if it's coming or not. I'm just telling you what they're telling me. But it might just be, maybe sooner rather than later. Kevin says he's banging right now. That is really wonderful.
Banging to BitBoy Crypto.
Yep.
That's something.
What did you say?
I said banging to BitBoy Crypto. That's something.
I would guarantee you that has occurred before. Probably. Now that we're on the smart TVs.
Yeah.
You leave it on and nothing. I'm just telling you, nothing gets the ladies turned on more than crypto.
Yeah, that's true.
They love, especially when it's down 55%.
Yeah.
Like that is really, please comment on AMP. TJ, do you have a special AMP announcement?
No.
No, you don't.
No.
But.
Did you want me to
I got an email this morning that in one of my accounts, some AMP was bought. So
I saw that too. I thought that was you.
I thought that was you.
Okay.
Guys, who bought AMP for us? It must be Tim.
What?
I don't know. Somebody
bought
bought $10,000 worth of AMP today.
I saw that email too. I was like, oh, I guess Ben bought some AMP.
I was with my wife at breakfast and I said, I guess TJ bought some AMP. So okay, guys. Well, we got some hackers in the chat jumping into our Gemini account and buying AMP. So really excited about that. They didn't take anything. They just bought AMP. So
where's Mr. Schmeeds?
Yeah, where's Mr. Schmeeds when you need him? He's a high security expert, I hear these days.
Well, that's a double meaning.
Mr. Elron. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Let's get into it, guys. First and foremost, as always, thank you to all the subscribers. 1.1 million. We're approaching 1.2 million, here hopefully pretty soon. Or 1.11 million pretty soon. I guess that would be the right number. I don't know, guys. It is slow moving on the subscriber front. These, just so you guys understand, these are the lowest number of subscribers we've been getting per day all year by a long shot. So we know there were some changes to the YouTube algorithm. We're trying to fight against it. We're fighters, not lovers, so we'll end up winning eventually. We'll trump them. Guys, also, we got our contest here. You guys head on over to BitBoy_crypto on Twitter, make sure it's the right account, not a scam account. We got our new crypto giveaway, 5 ETH to 5 million. Did you update this with the new numbers?
Not yet.
Well, I can't look at my phone. Can you just look at the Slack and tell us what the new numbers are?
I can do that. Give me.
So as soon as we hit 5 million total followers, it's because we really want to put a bigger emphasis on our entire BitSquad community. We have almost 5 million members. We're at like 4.6 right now. First place winner is going to get 5 ETH, and then second through fifth place will get $1,000 respectively of ADA, XRP, VET, and Matic. And so all you got to do, retweet this, and then go to this link right here, the Gleam link. It will take you right here. This is where you sign up. So today we're at 4.582. I think that's almost an increase of like 12,000 yesterday.
Yep.
I think so. Pretty big increase there. So we're almost at 4.6. So we'll be heading towards 5 million total followers. Also, guys, last but not least, before we get too heavily into the video today, we got our Bitverse Punks drop. This goes in 20 minutes. And these have a lot of utility. So you're going to actually, if you own these cards, you're going to be able to earn airdrops. We've got $10,000 worth of airdrops that are going to be going out on Friday this week to the owner or to the owners of one of these cards. No matter, like, look, if only 5 people buy a card and then 5 people, if that's the card that's selected, then, those 5 people are going to get $2,000 each. It's going to be the Bit Token. So we're going to do Bit Token the first week. We got several other projects that we work with that we'll be doing. It'll be a different coin every week. The first week we'll be doing Bit Token. You guys can find that on CoinMarketCap. Let's see what that thing's doing these days. Haven't looked at it in a while. Bit Token, there it is. Coming in at almost 10 cents. Up 2.5% today. But you guys can check that out on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. This is our community token. But this will be the only week it's the Bit Token. It will be other crypto projects in the future. And every so often we're going to be dropping these airdrops to different people that own these cards. Plus the cards are freaking cool. Like these are pretty cool. We turned our characters into this. If you guys don't understand the Bitverse stuff, this is our comic universe. We've got a sweet comic book that's going to be dropping soon. So yeah, these are going to be really fun, really cool. We've got a community. We have a Telegram group as well. Do we know what that? Can you check what that Telegram group is?
The name of it?
Yeah, it's like t.me/something.
Yep.
So
I'll drop it in the.
Yeah, drop it in as a pinned comment there, pinned chat. So 7,500 people watching right now, guys. Let's go ahead and hit that like button as we get into the actual content here. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you're watching on mobile, all you gotta do is exit out of the live chat, hit the like button, and then hit the live chat icon again. If you're watching on a smart TV, you got to go to the bottom left of the hand of the screen. You can click something that gives more actions. You hit engage.
I believe it's
react.
React.
Hit react, and then you can like it. That's how you like it from your TV. So, somebody said the BitBoy, the BitBoy NFT looks like an AirPod.
Okay,
you can pull it up.
I can see it.
I can see it. But that's what the crypto punks look like. So if you want a left and a right, you got to get the banker and BitBoy. So pretty fun stuff. All right, guys, let's get into the market watch here. Right now we've got, look at that volume, so low, so crazy. 93, let me go to the homepage here actually. $93 billion in volume. Market cap down a little bit today at 1.652. We were over 1.7 yesterday. Bitcoin dominance rising again, 45.3, ETH 17.9, and the GUI is still at 20. I think this is a reflection of the prices being down, and then also sounds like Matic is doing a lot of different stuff. Somebody said something about BitBoy arbitrage. Just so you guys know, that is a scam. I think someone was making a joke about it, but if you ever see the BitBoy arbitrage ad on these videos, YouTube is negligent. They allow these ads for fake scam groups. So don't ever, if you ever see BitBoy arbitrage, they are straight up scammers. And I would tell you what I would do to them if I ever found them in person. But then we would probably get removed from YouTube altogether. So, all right, guys. So Bitcoin coming in at $40,000. It held pretty tough overnight. We were back at about 40,500 earlier today. We'll check out some of that. Somebody says the CoinGecko volume is 124 billion. The thing about CoinGecko is they take in other exchanges that CoinMarketCap does not consider to be legit exchanges. That's basically the difference in the volume and stuff like that. So, all right, let's look at the biggest winners of the day. We got AMP, which one of us bought today. We don't know who. Up 23%, which is interesting. It was bought on a giant pump. So I was up to have a talking to our hacker about that. Icon up 13%. Clayton up 13%. Now, if you guys don't know Clayton, here's something very interesting. So Clayton is the coin that goes with a Chinese app called Kakao. Now, I was actually in Miami for vacation this weekend with the wife, and what was I doing? I can't remember what I was doing. I went to share something. I think it was something I shared to TJ. Something I saw from an app, or maybe it was on a site. And I noticed that probably because maybe the area is super international, there were different share options than I had ever seen before. There was a Russian app, there was a Chinese app, and Kakao. Kakao is actually a South Korean app, I believe, is what it is actually. And I noticed it was on the share option. So very interesting. This is one to definitely watch. It's got a really big company that goes along with it. Yeah, it is Korean. You're correct, Korean. My bad. But hey, I noticed it in my brain before I saw it in the chat. So how about that, guys? So we got Clayton doing pretty well. It's up 26% this week. Thorchain up 13%. The graph up 7.5%. And a lot of 5% pumpers. What's that?
I said don't sleep on Thorchain. That's another.
You love Thorchain.
I love Thorchain. And
why do you love Thorchain so much?
Because it's used and it's needed in the ecosystem, and it's part of what's going to be required if they want DeFi to get off the ground. So it doesn't get a lot of hype.
On Binance Smart Chain?
What's that?
On Binance Smart Chain?
Yeah, it helps connect these other projects. Like, helps the chains talk to each other.
Yeah.
Helps for interoperability. And
How many of those do we really need?
Probably about 3 or 4.
Feels like every day we're covering one. You know? So I don't know. I'm just not really, and this is where me and TJ almost fight every time. But I just don't think them being actually used matters a whole lot. Now, an exchange token, of course, it does matter. Like Binance Coin, the more volume is on Binance, there is definitely some kind of reaction to that in general. But I think that before we actually see like a lot of interoperable stuff working, I think we're looking at probably the end of this bull run or in the bear market. And so I just think it's probably not going to matter that much for the cycle. But not that I don't like Thorchain. Sound great.
I mean, I understand the logic behind the number, like the biggest thing that makes the price pump has nothing to do with how much they get used. Like, right. I understand that logic. I just like it long term because I think it's a good long project with a good team, and you can just keep dollar cost averaging into it and probably do well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, so let's get over here to the Bitcoin chart. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Now, just a reminder to you guys, if you do want to trade Bitcoin or FEMEX or Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other projects on ByBit or FEMEX, you guys can go to our deals page, bitcoincrypto.com/deals. We got a $1,000 deposit bonus right now with ByBit. And then with FEMEX, there's conflicting information on the page here. But it is a $200 deposit bonus. We actually have a really big trading competition contest coming tomorrow. We've got the information on the FEMEX trading competition. You can join our team. So to join our team, you're going to want to go ahead and sign up for an account. So if you think you want to trade with us over this contest, we should be able to have the most traders, which means we should be able to get a pretty good prize. So if you guys want to go ahead and do that, go ahead and sign up for FEMEX. And if you haven't done ByBit, you can do that as well. So, okay, let's look what's going on the charts. And I will just say, guys, don't mix your trading and hodling portfolios. Do not sell your Bitcoin or your Ethereum. I will just say that every day. Okay, so yesterday we drew some lines here where we were looking at the resistance level right here about $41,000. And then overnight we basically got a bounce almost right off of it, or rejection, not a bounce, I guess, if you will. And the price in the last, this is the daily chart, it's been down as low as 39,500. So it feels like to me that we are right now in a really tight band of action in between 39,500 and in between 41,000. And what happens to a rubber band when you keep it very compressed, you stretch it real far, what does it do? It explodes. So that's kind of what I think we're going to see. I don't know if that made any sense about a rubber band. I think actually that made literally zero sense. That was a bad comparison. But the point is, when something's in a very tight range on a chart, it's going to explode out one way or the other. It's going to break up or it's going to break down. And the fact that for basically 24 hours now, we've only seen Bitcoin trading in about a $500 to $600 range in general. To me, that says it has been extremely tight. I mean, look how tight that is in the last 4 hours. Basically nothing, the epitome of sideways action. The lowest it got in the last 24 hours was like $39,294. The highest it's been is right at $41,000. We don't see Bitcoin trade usually in that tight of a range for this long, and it feels like we're going to either get some confirmation one way or the other. The range I'm hearing we might sit in for a little bit is somewhere in between 39K and 42K. So is that what we'll see? Well, it's hard to really know. Going back to the daily chart and looking at Bitcoin, you look at market Cipher down here, the money flow is still pretty thick in the red here on the daily. The last time that we were in the green on the daily would have been May 11th. So we really need to flip this back into green here. And I don't know. It looks like we just hit a few days ago the deepest in the red it's been. So someone saying the reverse Wyckoff, I would have to pull off the Wyckoff. Sorry, I'm like 7, I know. So the point here is that I would have to pull up the Wyckoff chart to really compare. There's the distribution, the accumulation. I don't have it really pulled up right here. But the point is, even though the price, if you look at the bottom of market Cipher here, this green means it is oversold, okay? That means that on the daily chart, Bitcoin is really undervalued where it's at. However, we still have, even at this undervalued level, the money flow coming in mostly to the red, like mostly people shorting, not people longing. And so we really got to get to a place of stability where people feel safe doing this again and going long. I mean, if you look back at how long we were in the green, it's really insane. We have not been in the red on the daily since July. To find a range like this, you would have to, that is as deep as this is, you would have to go all the way back basically to the end of 2019, January 2020. So a long time to find numbers like this. So we're either going to see a springboard and bounce up very hard and very fast, or we're going into a bear market. And I certainly don't think that that's true. Somebody says TA right now is pointless. Market manipulation will pull down most likely. Yeah, I think so. I do think right now the TA has been very, very, very interesting. It hasn't been lining up. Market Cipher hasn't been working as well on some time frames for me personally. Okay. But overall, I do think that what we're seeing is a lot of manipulation. That manipulation is getting baked into the chart. So, maybe we can see some stuff there.
You said between 39 and 42 for a little while. Is that any kind of rough time frame on that? Is that like a little while today?
I was told the shorter the better.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, the long and the short of it is.
Hey.
The long and the short of it is that is a range where people are trying to, like a lot of these big whales are trying to suck up liquidity for people, trying to get you to basically what people are saying now. Like, guys, I want you guys to understand this. When you guys say things like TA is worthless, that's what the whales want you to believe. That's the point. That's the exact point. You want to know what whale accumulation is? Please say VeChain is dead, so it pumps. I will not do that. In fact, instead, I will do a VeChain video today. So how about that? Take that. VeChain is not dead. It's surely alive. But when we talk about whales accumulating and trying to push out retail traders, like you guys realize you're the retail traders, right? It's you. You in the chat that is typing TA is pointless. You're the one. You're the person they want to push out. And when you say things like TA is pointless, that's what they want. They want the confusion to where you say, these charts don't work. They don't work at all. So you get out of positions. Because why do people say things like that? because they've longed at the wrong time or they've shorted at the wrong time. That's why people say it. They've lost money. That's why. That's exactly what they want. So my opinion, or my advice to you, non-financial advice, of course, would be, hey, if it's not working for you right now, wait until a better time. Or if you feel like you got it figured out, then go for it. But if you think right now TA is pointless, there is some truth to the fact that TA is percentages. It's just like football. It's just like football odds, right? When you go and set odds for these football games, you know, sometimes they're dead on. And you're like, oh my gosh, how did they know this team was going to win by 3 points? Sometimes they have odds like, I think it was last year, the Chiefs were favored to beat the Jets by like 17 points or something. It was like the largest spread ever. And every time they've had a spread that large, the team that's favored has never covered it. It's always been the other team. And then I think the Jets actually made that game like real close or something. It was below 17. Maybe it was opposite. But the point is, I can't even remember exactly what happened in that game. Maybe it was that they actually did cover it in almost every. It's all percentages. Nothing works 100% of the time. All you're doing is trying to play the odds. When the sports handicappers come out and they have a 55% winning rate, they are banking money. And in crypto, in leverage trading, you can actually lose 9 out of 10 trades and be an extremely profitable trader. Because it's all about getting the one big hit where you nail it based on the charts. So that's what I would say to you guys. But you guys that say that the TA is not working, you're saying and believing exactly what they want you to believe. You know, I'm starting to believe all this is a big conspiracy. Okay, so that's why I just keep telling you guys the only advice I know that works for 100%: don't sell your Bitcoin, don't sell your Ethereum. That is my offering to the cryptoverse. All right, now let's go and let's talk about Ethereum here. Now, there really probably isn't too much for us to talk about on the Ethereum charts. I mean, it's clearly on a downtrend here on the daily chart. Basically, with Bitcoin, if you go back and you look at Bitcoin, like we clearly established a higher high up here. This is what we were pointing out yesterday, is we finally set a higher high above where we were the week of the crash. However, with Ethereum, we have not done that. Bitcoin actually bouncing, flirting around even on the daily with the top of the EMA ribbon. Ethereum, not so much. It's struggling to get up in the middle of the EMA ribbon. So the point here is Ethereum is not looking super bullish. And, you know, we'll get a little bit later on, we'll talk a little bit later about why that is and kind of like the thing pulling Ethereum down. And if you could, let me pull up my, don't put my screen up right now. I'm going to pull up this Exablock report here. Oh gosh, I'm in your email. I hate BitBoy. That's weird. Why would it say that? You don't have Exablock in here.
You're probably in my...
I'm in the wrong account. I need to put my other account on here. I want to show you guys something real quick here. If you give me 1 second, I'll pull it up. I want to look at the volume on the Ethereum.
Oh, we got, did you guys see, were you looking through those resumes yesterday? Poor Muggle.
Okay.
Interesting. We'll look for that.
We'll have to check that one out. We looked at some of them that were sent right, like immediately, but most of them were not. Let me pull this up. I almost got it, guys. Sorry. Bear with me. Okay. All right, so here's our Exablock report, and we're going to get into a little bit more of this later. But what I want to show you guys is the open interest on Bitcoin. And we had talked about how it was 6 billion back in March, the end of March. God, this year's going by so fast.
So fast.
This quarter was supposed to be more fun, though.
It was, yeah, I thought so.
This quarter was supposed to be way more fun.
Tricked again.
We peaked in the middle of April, right? Almost. Yeah. So quarter 2 has been terrible. I've hated it. Yeah. But so basically, and if you look right now, there are a lot more bets on Bitcoin going up than going down right now, which is interesting. If you look at the calls, they're 62%, which is like long Bitcoin. You look at the puts, they're 37%. Come down here and look at Ethereum for this open interest for the futures. Let's see what its numbers are at. So once again, notice here, kind of aligning with what we've been saying, Still more people favoring the price to go up at 59%, but not as bullish as Bitcoin. Bitcoin was 61%. The puts here are 40.5%. And if you look, this is 1.6 billion. What we're seeing now is we're seeing actually Ethereum futures. And guys, I want you to think about how big this is, okay? How many Ethereum futures channels are there out there? I don't know the answer to that question.
You mean like how many products?
Yeah.
Not that many.
I think it's one.
Yeah. Maybe two.
I mean, I think it's the CME futures that opened in February.
That's the only one. Yeah, that's going to have most of the volume. I think there's some other little ones. I don't know if it's on Durbit or I think it's right.
Yeah, it is right there. So,
Yeah.
but you can look and you can see, is that, so you see how much higher the CME is than everything else.
Right.
This is the futures curve. And you guys can see like everything else is about flat line. So there are a few others. I mean, I guess FTX, you can bet on futures and stuff like that. But the point here is that there's not nearly as many Ethereum betting options as there are Bitcoin options, and still Ethereum futures in only basically 3 months of existence or 4 months of existence have captured almost 50% of Bitcoin's volume on futures. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? The institutional money is pouring into Ethereum. That's why I keep telling you guys, don't sell your Ethereum. I don't care if it drops to $1,000. I don't care if it drops to $500. Do not sell your Ethereum. All they want you to do is they want to loosen your hands and get you to get rid of your Ethereum because they are trying to control the Ethereum market the same way that they control the Bitcoin market. That's why all this institutional money, that's why they could drop the price so hard. And you have to understand that Ethereum and Bitcoin are, at this point, still linked. If Bitcoin drops, the Ethereum market drops with it. But when did we start seeing the Ethereum market not perform as well as Bitcoin for a period of time? Right around Valentine's Day. Am I right? It's true. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
We had that prediction of $2,500 by Valentine's Day. There's a reason it didn't happen. 2 weeks before that, the institutions came in to Ethereum, okay? So they're going to use Bitcoin to manipulate the prices of everything. They're not doing this with other altcoins. The reason other altcoins drop is because there are always going to be drops in the market when Bitcoin drops. But right now, there is a fight. There is a war. There is an all-out war, an assault on retail traders by institutions. We're going to start calling these people out more and more because these are the true enemies of crypto and decentralization. And the only way you get a vote, you get a voice in the future of decentralization is by owning Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's it. That's all. That's it. Because these people are trying to turn these things more centralized than you ever imagined. And you want to have a piece of that pie. They're trying to steal from you. So regardless of what we're seeing with Ethereum and Bitcoin right now, that once again is my message to you guys. Do not sell either one of those products. So let's move on. Let's check out MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy to sell. Now, I'm not going to get into that right now. But MicroStrategy to sell $1 billion worth of stock to buy Bitcoin. It says earlier the company sold $500 million in secured notes to buy roughly 11,900 BTC. Now they're going to sell $1 billion in stocks to buy Bitcoin. CEO Michael Saylor to take part in Bitcoin Mining Council meeting. Huh. Interesting. Didn't we get some news about, I thought there was some news about Bitcoin mining. Maybe it came from ARK Invest. Do you know what I'm talking about? Something that was going on in the research group. We need to do a better job of getting our research group articles on here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because a lot of the information I think is very pivotal. We're like kind of missing. So, because it kind of lines up with a lot of stuff that we said. Oh my gosh. Wow. So guys, just so you know, so we just launched before we get back to the story, we had a big announcement here. The Bit First Drop just launched. The BitBoy and the Banker, the most rare ones, they sold out in less than a minute. So these things are selling like hotcakes right now. Even though hello BitSquad. We're so excited. Oh, I remember making that video. So right now zero left. There's still a lot left of these other ones you guys can get access to. So, we've got these airdrops coming, but the first two, they sold out in less than a minute. So really big news. So thank you to everybody for supporting the true comic vision this channel started as, which is weird because I'm not a comic book nerd. Look, this is what I'll say about Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. I don't know what they're up to at all times. I have a hard time gauging. If you didn't know, Michael Saylor is a hard human to gauge. He's probably the hardest human to gauge that I've ever talked to. Mm-hmm. He seems like he wants what's best for Bitcoin, and I think that's good. So anytime MicroStrategy is pouring more money into Bitcoin, what should that be telling you? Number one, it should be telling you that he thoroughly believes that Bitcoin is the biggest asset, the apex predator asset in all of crypto.
I mean, he's clearly all in on Bitcoin.
Clearly all in on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Number two, whenever he buys, you should be paying attention to the numbers that they're buying around, because those usually end up being very strong levels of support or resistance based on where the market's moving. How many people we got watching right now?
About 11,500, 3,200 likes.
All right, guys, we can get those likes up. Let's go ahead and get those likes. See if we can get at least back to 6,000 today.
Yeah, we should be able
to do that. So if you do us a favor, stop what you're doing, smash the like button. If you're on the mobile, X out of the live chat, click the like, come back. If you're watching on TV, guys, make sure to go down to the more options and then react on the bottom left of the screen. Helps us out tremendously, especially when we are clearly being shadow banned. Clearly being shadow banned. But it's okay. You know where I do my best work?
In the shadows.
When I'm about to die.
We need some sound effects.
Yeah, in the shadows. That's pretty good. MicroStrategy, in its latest move signaling support for Bitcoin, will sell up to $1 billion of its stock to buy the asset. The company published the relevant SEC form on June 14th. Michael Saylor, now one of Bitcoin's strongest proponents, also revealed the development on Twitter. MicroStrategy has been consistently doubling down on its Bitcoin bet, having made a considerable return on investment on its Bitcoin purchases with the bull run in the first few months of 2021. Clearly, the company and its leading figure are betting on Bitcoin moving forward. Clearly, as we said. The company is one that sticks to its word. Just yesterday, on June 14th, it sold $500 million in secured notes to buy roughly $11,900. The news pushed the stock price of MicroStrategy by 12%. I just, like, it's kind of weird to me, like, that. See, this is where things get real weird with Muskrat and with Michael Saylor, is when they do actions that affect the value of Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy buying $500 million worth, and then that makes the stock price move up. I think right there, that's the window, that's the crosshair for the SEC, I think. That's the crosshair where they can't legislate Bitcoin. They can't regulate Bitcoin. You can't regulate open source computer code. However, you can regulate the stock market. And if actions occurring in the crypto markets are having a direct reflection in the stock markets, as simple as just, hey, I buy, price goes up, and then my stock price goes up, then I don't know. That could be something that the SEC is probably going to be looking at. And I'm not accusing Michael Saylor of doing anything against the SEC. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of like your classic mafia. What do they go after mafia people for? Tax evasion.
Yeah.
Right? Why do they go after them for tax evasion? Because they can't prove anything else they're doing. But they can go after them for tax evasion, and then they can give them the maximum penalty or interstate commerce or something like that. And, they can get in trouble. So I don't know. So Michael Saylor at Bitcoin Mining Council, we know that him and Muskrat had a meeting with the council. Let's see. I don't want to talk about that stuff. Also, MicroStrategy had done something similar back in February, and this was something I wanted to point out to you guys. They had completed a $1 billion, basically. I mean, what is that? 50 million? 1.05? 50 million, that's peanuts. $1.05 billion offering of convertible notes at 0% coupon and 50% conversion premium with Bitcoin use of funds. So they had done this back in February, which is kind of something somewhat similar to what they're doing, basically doing a raise through your stock to buy more Bitcoin. And this is where it just gets to be like Bitcoinception a little bit. It's like they buy Bitcoin, it raises the price of Bitcoin sometimes, but it raises their stock price. Then they sell more stock to buy more Bitcoin.
And then the stock goes up again.
Rinse and repeat. So very interesting stuff. Does this mean we're going to see the price of Bitcoin moving up soon? I think that once we get above 42K, I do believe we will be off to the races. But I got to be honest with you guys. I got to be really honest with you guys. I have not questioned my $322,000 Bitcoin prediction all year. I haven't questioned it all year. Not one time have I felt like I needed to question it. But right now, there is so much manipulation going on in this market. So much of this institutional pull on Bitcoin that to me, it kind of sounds like maybe there's going to be price points they don't want it to go above. So I don't know. So I'm really looking for, definitely, I believe we will be hitting six figures or very, very close to it one way or the other. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. But are y'all going to be upset? Here's the funny thing about it. If you would have told me 2 months ago that Bitcoin was only going to like hit $100,000 and that was going to be the max, I would have been like pissed. I'd been like, oh my gosh, 100K don't sound too bad right now, does it?
No. Sounds pretty
100K doesn't sound too bad to me. So, oh, well, you know what? Alian is going to sleep. So everybody wish him or her good night. I think it's a girl in the picture. I can't tell. Good night. I hope you sleep well. Has school tomorrow. So, all right, here we go. Next story. Within 5 years, here we got the old money. But guys, remember that old money. It's late to the party.
And that might be exactly why they want to hold this in place so they can accumulate.
Exactly as I predicted.
They got that FOMO.
Within 5 years, U.S. hedge funds expect to hold 10.6% of assets in crypto. North American hedge funds are at the vanguard of crypto-curious investors, although EU and UK funds are not far behind, expecting to hold 6.8% of their assets in crypto within 5 years. What a picture.
That is something.
What a picture.
They do great art. I'll give them that.
They do. So, I'm going to leave that joke. A new survey of 100 chief financial officers at hedge funds worldwide has indicated that the sector is planning a significant increase in its exposure to crypto assets in the near term. The survey conducted by Intertrust suggests that if the respondents' forecasts were broadly mirrored across the sector, assets in crypto held by global hedge funds could hit $312 billion, which bigger than the entire market cap of the entire crypto markets early last year.
Crazy.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
United States, well, it's just like the numbers have gotten so big that like 312 billion like really don't sound like that much.
Nope.
You know what I mean? And then especially when you're talking about hedge funds that have trillions of dollars of assets.
Yeah. But it is crazy that we were at 400 billion a year ago.
Yeah. I mean, that's just to put it all in perspective for you guys.
What was that?
What was that? Was that Frank? Are we dying? Was that an alarm bell?
You're dying.
Are we about to get killed?
I think we're fine.
Well, apparently, according to Dr. Deb. Okay. Their European Union and United Kingdom-based counterparts gave a slightly more modest figure, although still 6.8% on average, Frankie. I'm just kidding. Intertrust sample included chief financial officers of funds that each manage an average of $7.2 billion in their assets. CFOs themselves expect to have a minimum of 1% of their portfolios in crypto. High-profile hedge fund managers, such as Paul Tudor Jones, have been vocal advocates of Bitcoin amid concerns about inflationary tendencies in the economy. Skybridge Capital CEO Anthony Scaramucci takes a similar view of Bitcoin's potential as a store of value, considering it's superior to gold. That's Scaramucci. I'm just saying about the Scaramucci guy. We talk about him like we know what he did when he was in the last administration. He got fired in a week. I mean, what's this guy's nickname again?
I don't know.
You just said it.
Mooch?
Mooch?
Yeah.
How do you get a nickname like Mooch?
I
don't know.
You have the last name Scaramucci.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason they call him that. Maybe he's wanting to just say, whatever's popular at the moment.
I was going to say, he's definitely good at getting his name out there.
Getting his name out there. So I don't know. Is there something more to the nickname? I'm just throwing out ideas. I don't know. I'm just saying. But I mean, it's not that too, so we'll listen to what this guy says. There's a lot of these guys out there that are getting a lot of attention, that are coming from the old money, that are people that we never, like, if y'all are honest, people in the chat, I would say probably less than 2% of you had ever heard of Anthony Scaramucci before he got into the press secretary, had ever heard of Raoul Pal. Raoul Pal had ever heard of Paul Tudor Jones. Ray Dalio, maybe a few more people had heard of. Okay? Nobody had ever heard about these people. These people are relevant because of crypto, for the most part. Now, look, if you are deep in the financial sector already, which I would argue is the vast minority of people watching this channel, how do I know that? Because we're the regular guys channel, regular gals channel. You only know who these people are. If you're in the financial sector, you might know who they are, but most people probably have no idea who any of these people are, but they're relevant because of crypto. And that's always interesting to me. One thing that is Virginia Rocks Hard says he has. That's perfect. Thank you for that. You're in the 1%. You're a 1%er. Okay.
Virginia Rocks Hard.
Yeah, I love Raoul Pal. I love him, Raoul Pal. But, you know, the fact is that, you know, I had never heard of him before. So somebody says they still don't know who two comments says I still don't know who they are. That's funny. But the thing is, it's always funny to me, the credibility. Like, the Paul Tudor Jones thing is so funny to me. Never heard of this guy before. No clue who he is. He's on CNBC one day. Paul Tudor Jones believes Bitcoin's the future. And everyone's like, yeah, Paul Tudor Jones says it. I love this guy. No clue who he is. Not a clue. No clue who he is. But now, I want to have him on the channel. Come on, Paul. PT, I called him. PTJ. So, anyways, the point is, it's just funny to me how much credibility we put into people that we've never heard of before simply because they come into crypto. And I think that's a little, it's not great. It kind of solidifies the echo chamber in crypto a little bit, I think. So we do have a big, echo chamber here in crypto. So, all right, so let's move on. Somebody said they didn't care about that. They only care about retail traders. So let's talk about this. Someone said, move on to retail bullish. So here we are. Bitcoin investors more bullish than ever despite 50% crash. And I will tell you, experientially, this is what I'm saying. Scaramucci sounds like pasta or pizza when BitBoy says it. You said like a plate of Scaramucci. I can see it. I can tell you experientially in my life, for people that I know who are in crypto, obviously the old heads, the people that have been in here since 2017 or before, okay? And they never left. Those people, they believe long-term crypto. They got no problems with market dipping, yada, yada, yada. But I've been really surprised to see how many people over the last year have gotten into crypto, and I talk to them, and they tell me the same thing. They say, I'm not selling. Say, I don't care. Prices can dip. They're taking a longer-term view of things. And in crypto, yeah, PTJ controls big money. I believe that. I believe he does. I just didn't know who he was, you know. There's a lot of shadowy figures lurking around there. Much shadowier than PTJ. But anyways, the point is, I talk to these people and they tell me, I'm not selling, I'm holding. They're taking a longer term view. The degenerate view of crypto is let's get money now or let's not get it at all. And that's always going to be a losing strategy unless you hit big on a meme coin, okay? So you really have to get to a point where you're taking a longer view. No selling, yelling. That's pretty funny. You have to take a longer term view on crypto. We've already looked at 4 years. Like, you know, the weird thing is our perspective. If before you got into crypto, if I would have told you, listen, I got a secret for you. I'm going to tell you the secret. And if you listen to what I tell you, you do what I tell you, you will be a millionaire in 4 years. Everybody would be like, 4 years to be a millionaire? Wow, like I could deal with that. But then you get into crypto and you get 1,000% gain. And now you want to be a millionaire in 2 weeks or not at all.
Yep.
You know, and that's the problem. So far this bull run is meh. Yeah, well, right now it's feeling meh. Yeah, sure. Despite Bitcoin and the wider crypto market experiencing one of its worst crashes in recent history, investors are apparently more bullish than ever regarding the future fortunes of Bitcoin and a host of altcoins. Surveys findings reveal that 81% of respondents are more confident in the future of crypto even after the violent price crash in April and May, which saw Bitcoin and others lose more than 50% of their value. And I don't want to toot my own horn here. Toot, 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 toot. I can't do it. My voice doesn't go that high. But I think that there's definitely some, like, we have the largest voice in crypto. Sometimes the raspiest, but definitely the largest. It's not close. We've done a really good job, I believe, on this channel, and my whole team has, of pushing out, this is not just about making money today. It's not what this is about. It's about changing the world, It's about having a long-term view of Bitcoin, holding for 4 years. That's what this is about. And I would like to think that at least some percentage of these respondents are people that have watched our channel before, and they get that message. And we are not the only channel that pushes that message. Most people that I know that are in crypto do push that message. So really, as crypto YouTube as a whole, we do a much better job than crypto Twitter, I'll tell you that much. Crypto Twitter makes you want to like put your face in a vat of acid. Where here on crypto YouTube, we encourage you and tell you can make money. There they tell you that you're fat and you have an overbite, or that you have some other personal thing wrong with you at all times. So, all right, so many coins have since recovered significantly, although the market still remains uncertain. Despite this, 87% of the survey's respondents said they plan to increase their crypto holdings over the next quarter, and an increase on the 80% who said the same in Q1. Some 39% of respondents, these people love torture. Some 39% of respondents said they expected Bitcoin to have fallen between $56,000 and $70,000 by the end of quarter 3, 2021, while 28% predicted a Bitcoin price between 41% and $55,000. Percentage of respondents who believe Bitcoin would reach a price of $71,000 stood at 18%, down from the previous survey's figure of 20%. Among the altcoins that respondents said they're the most bullish on, Cardano turned out to be the most popular in a move that surprises no one. Some 55% said they were bullish on Cardano above any other altcoin, Dogecoin coming in second, followed by Chainlink, which is interesting because Chainlink's not even a top 10 coin right now, I don't believe. Is it? Let's see.
Right on the cusp.
Yeah, it's always right there on the cusp.
It's
14 now. Oh, yeah, not even top 10 coin. So very interesting that people see the long-term implications of Chainlink here. So company's been doing stock buybacks since 2008. Yeah, I believe that.
Well, that was another interesting thing. I believe it was Ray Dalio who a big part of why he bought and got invested in Bitcoin was because of those facts you were just reading off, that after a 50 to 80% correction, you look and the people that were invested in it were still buying more. They weren't selling. So he was like, well, that's pretty strong following, pretty strong community there. That's good enough for me. So that was kind of what got him off the ledge. He'd been looking at it for a while, but seeing these stats of retracements with 80% of the holders still accumulating, he was like, all right, works for me.
Yeah, I mean, people have faith in this market. Our findings show that 87% are looking, this is the same quote I just used earlier, or the same, it's interesting when they share information and then later they use the quote and they got the information from that quote. Yeah. I always think that's very poor writing. Like, why double, you know what they're trying to do? Pump words.
Yeah, it's lazy.
They get paid per word. So great job on that, guys. 87% looking to increase. And I would say right now, and there is a reason why I believe we're seeing a lot of high IQ retail investors right now. The reason is because we've not peaked. When we get to the peak, that number will be like 99% of people said they're selling their houses to buy crypto. So, yeah, we don't know what the restrictions are on the super chat there, Damon. I have no idea what they are, but unfortunately, like, look, guys, we love when you guys super chat. When we like money, everybody loves money, but we like being able to see what you're saying. But what I would tell you is this: we are combating the scammers so hard that yes, it does put restrictions on regular comments or regular super chats sometimes, but we do that to protect our people. So, you know, I talked to a youth group last week. I think I mentioned this before I went out of town.
You
talked
did.
to a youth group, and a girl came up to me afterwards, and she said, "Oh, you know, you sent me a message on TikTok." I said, how about that? I said, really? Can you show it to me? It was a scammer. It was an impersonator. I knew that I didn't send a message. I don't send messages to people on TikTok. And I was like, I tried to explain to her that, like, that was not me. And, like, she was having a hard time, like, really connecting the dots. Like, then who is it? How is that not you? It's like the same username, you know? So the fact is, people are still, you know, people are still having a hard time differentiating between the real and the scammer. And so For us, we got to make sure that we are, doing a better job of pointing out the scammers and impersonators to people. So the retail investors, they fall for that stuff very easily. So I don't know why I brought that up. I can't remember, but
the super chats. Basically, we're gonna keep those.
We're fighting the scammers.
We're gonna keep those restrictions extra tight if it can eliminate the scammers. Like, we're sorry for people that are trying to get the super chat through, but we'd rather protect the less informed, best we can.
There's another one there, if you see that.
Yeah.
So BitBoy is either great or an elite. Well, I think I'm great and elite, but I'm not an elite. So I think what you're saying is either we're giving you the right information or I'm the most despicable, evil person in the world. That's a great range. I'm somewhere in the middle. Coinbase Pro announces DOT is coming to its platform. This is big news, guys, because the fact is that we bought $1 million worth of Polkadot, and I will tell you, we bought it pretty early on. We are down on that. We are down right now. So, why delete super chat? Weak move. You're not going to come into my chat and say rude things. Period. Centralized. Accept it or move on. So, okay. Many people believe that DOT and Ethereum are battling it out to put it back up there to become the major platform for smart contracts. A Forbes article published in February called DOT the Ethereum killer. The actual truth is Polkadot serves as a layer 0 protocol, meaning that Ethereum could potentially become a parachain on the Polkadot protocol. That way, it could use Polkadot's interoperability protocol to communicate with other chains. And that's one of the beautiful things about Ethereum is it's got so many bells and whistles. You can connect, like, while Ethereum is not compatible with Polkadot, Polkadot's reverse compatible with Ethereum. Let's see what that says.
I got it.
Okay. All right. We'll make a note of that. It's been a long time coming as of yesterday. Oh, sorry. Skipped a paragraph. For a couple months now, enthusiastic Reddit users have been petitioning for DOT to be listed on Coinbase. It's already been listed on the other major platforms, including Kraken and CoinGecko, for a while. Yeah, make Damon a mod. Why is Damon not a mod?
I don't know.
Yeah, make him one. There you go, Damon. You have been blessed with mod. Get wrecked, pencil neck. Yeah, that's dang right. Y'all are lucky that this isn't a live seminar, and I'm in the room with y'all sometimes. Y'all are lucky because of that, I'll tell you what. I've tried to punch my computer screen before, and it doesn't work out well. I usually end up with some bloody knuckles.
Instead, we just smash the likes.
Yeah, that's why I tell you guys, smash the likes, but don't break your computer because you'll get a bloody knuckle. For a couple months now, enthusiastic Redditors have been petitioning for DOT to be listed on Coinbase. That's pretty much every subreddit that exists. It's already been listed on other major platforms, including Kraken and CoinGecko, for a while now. But now it looks like it's heading to Coinbase too. It's been a long time coming. As of yesterday, Coinbase publicly announced that it will be listing DOT on its platform. If liquidity conditions are met, trading will begin on or after 9 a.m. Pacific time, Wednesday, June 16th. Teams are using the Polkadot platform to build smart contract chains, data curation networks, financial chains, Internet of Things, IoT. Yeah, you make Crypto Ric Flair one. I see him in here a lot. IoT chains, file storage chains, and even as a bridge to Ethereum, which allows Ethereum smart contracts to interact with Polkadot network. That's what we were talking about, basically reverse bridges. Fast forward to today, community consists of over 100 teams. Projects are using it for a wide variety of use cases. Here's the important thing, guys. Polkadot's going on Coinbase. Love the show when you get a chance. Has there been any news for XRP? Not that I know of specifically. And just so you guys know, one thing we are going to be doing is we're going to be doing weekly videos on Cardano and Ethereum, maybe eventually on other projects too. One day of the week we'll be covering, a different major project for our regular scripted videos. So just so you guys know, Cardano is crap. Thank you for that, Mojo. Thank you. People love you. Oh, now we got a guy. DOT is trash. So let's see how many coins can we say are trash in the chat? Let's see.
Don't tempt him.
I know. I just brought it on. I love doing that. Okay, so back to this, guys. Talking about Ethereum here. $1.5 billion in Ethereum options expire on June 25th, and it will determine, this is a bold statement, it will determine the future of Ether. What was that? Cardano is best, $10. Nonsense Diamond. I have no idea. Do we know Nonsense Diamond?
I'm not sure.
He's verified, so you know he's about that nonsense. Still up 250% on DOT. He bought the March 2020 dip. That's pretty good. On June 25th, this is what we looked at earlier. Doge is trash. XRP is trash. Trashcoin is trash. Okay. Guys, I knew that was coming. You got to know when I say these things, I know what's coming, but it's fun. We have a good time here. Most of us do. So we were looking earlier at the Exablock report, and we were looking at these the Ethereum open interest. Now, if you don't know what open interest is, basically it's open positions. That's really a good way to think about it. Like if you're leverage trading and you've got a long on Bitcoin, and since it was $9,000, that's open. You know, it hasn't been realized. It's still an open trade right now. For Ethereum, basically, there's over $1.5 billion in open trades out there right now. Now, last month, we talked about, we did a video where we talked about options and exactly what all this means, and about how what happens in the manipulation world is that a lot of these hedge funds have positions where in calls or puts on the traditional market. And then what they're doing is they're going on to traditional spot exchanges, and they're opening very large positions, the opposite of their current position. And what they're trying to do, a hedge fund, right? They're just trying to make a few percent. They're not looking for a huge gain at any point. They have enough money to where a 1% gain is a significant gain for them, okay? So they're trying to play the percentages and the odds to get the small moves. They want to win. Here's what a hedge fund does. It wins either way. They win either way. If it goes up, they win. If it goes down, they win. That's right. Cereal marshmallows, which I love cereal and marshmallows. I was told I can't eat either today. It says YouTube's shadow ban is trash, which also I think what I'm allowed to eat from now on.
Trash?
Yeah, trash. We'll see what happens. We're gonna make a big bold health move this month, I think.
Might as well. We can make it a thing. We can do it together.
I would love to do it together with you, TJ.
I know you would.
It'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Back to the story. The last options expiry in March was not as impactful immediately, but Ethereum would go on to plunge 17% in the 5 days that would follow before sparking the mega bull run to a new all-time high. Professional traders have continued to troop into crypto, and with them, these are the people we don't want. Rapid growth in crypto investment products like ETFs, futures, and options. Come June 25th, the largest Ether options expiry in 2021 will take place. So here's what's interesting. This expiration for Ethereum is higher than the March expiration. For Bitcoin, it's significantly smaller. So definitely something to pay attention to.
And no, that's not this Friday, but next Friday.
Next Friday. It could determine crypto's future. For the traders, the range between 2100 and 2200 will determine who between the bears and the bulls takes charge of Ethereum's future. This growth is best seen with the growth in the value of the investment in Ethereum options. On June 25th, the largest expiration, we already talked about that, 638,000 contracts, or roughly 45% of the 3.4 billion in options. For those unaware, basically if you wonder, like this is just good, kind of refreshing for you guys. Excuse me, if you don't understand what an option is. Options are trading products that give the buyer the right, but not the obligation to buy or sell an asset at a specific price. They are divided into call options or buys, kind of like longs, if you will, which allow the buyer to get the asset at a specific price on the expiry date, and put options or sells or shorts, which traders usually use to hedge against losses. In a manner of speaking, the calls are generally bullish while the puts are bearish. Conversely, the majority of the bearish put options have been placed at 2100 or lower. As with the former, close to 3/4 of these options will be worthless if Ethereum manages to stay above this level. This would leave just below 74,000 put options active, representing 177 million in open interest. This is the key part here, guys. It will therefore all come down to the price of Ethereum on June 25th, 10 days from now. Currently, the top altcoin is trading at $2,570 as per our data, up 4.3% the past day. In the past 7 days, Ether's lowest value or lowest price was $22.65. In fact, the last time Ether traded below 2,100 was May 23rd, when it went as low as $1,850. So we've got this range, $2,100 to $2,200. If Ethereum ends next Friday, or I would actually stretch that. I would say, according to this, it was 5 days following the last close. So by, let's see, it's on June 25th?
Mm-hmm.
So by June 30th. So by the end of this month, if Ethereum is above $2,200, extremely bullish. If it is below $2,100, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even want to entertain that. We're just going to pretend it's going to be above.
And there's incentive, obviously, for the people that have those positions to try to get it below that price so they can make their money. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to do that, pull it down. Because like I said, if it's above 2,100, most of it's null and void. It doesn't matter. But if they can get it below that, then there's some money to be made. So it'll be interesting.
Somebody said they're going to put some puts on my water bottle.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're selling my water bottle. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why. Okay. All right. So Ethereum EIP 1559. Excuse me.
It's
my
close.
sinuses are dripping.
It's close.
Testnet block set. Now, this is why it's hard. If you were to ask me, where do I believe the price will be by the end of this month? Below $2,100 or above $2,200? I would have to say above. I mean, have to, right? We've got this EIP 1559 coming next month in July. So you've got to think it's going to be bullish, not bearish at that point. So this is a screenshot of the testnet, the blocks running there. The fee-burning Ethereum upgrade, known as Ethereum Improvement Proposal, EIP 1559, is set to have its first testnet block on Ropsten this June 24th at block number 10,499,401.
Wow, they didn't put any commas in there for you.
No commas. This is digital. You got to read it like a robot. That's according to Tim Biko, or Bako. I think it's Biko, the Ethereum 1.0 coordinator, who after a dev call stated, with all clients being comfortable with their 1559 implementation, we agreed it made sense to test blocks now, or to set testnet blocks now. Some of the JSON RPC changes mentioned at the beginning may come after the testnet forks, but all the consensus-related changes for 1559 are ready to go. Let's implement it tomorrow, guys. Why not? Let's implement it on June 25th. A week after the Proof of Authority, POA, Goerli testnet is set to be forked at block number 5,062,605 on June 30th, followed by a further fork of Rinkeby on July the 7th. Now, if you guys don't know what these are different testnets for Ethereum. If you go to MetaMask and you click networks, you can actually pull all these up. Like if you look up here in the top right, you click Ethereum mainnet, and you guys see all these. You can do stuff on these testnets. You've got the Goerli, the Rinkeby, the Kovan, the Ropsten, and the Ethereum mainnet. I have no idea if I'm saying any of those correctly. I'm just guessing phonetically.
You're a pretty good phonetic guesser.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Or would you say you are as well?
No.
No, you're the opposite.
I wouldn't say I'm the opposite, but I'm not. I'm about average.
You opened a massive short on my gym membership. Let me tell you, you're going to lose that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very big deals at the gym. Okay. Big deals.
Remind me to tell you something later.
Oh, no.
It's just a funny conversation.
Oh, gosh. Do I want to hear it?
Not on air, but you do.
I do want to hear it. That sounds fun. Guys, we go to the gym 5 days a week, just so y'all know. Yeah. And we've been going to the gym 5 days a week since, I mean, other than if we're out of town or...
One of them is a stretch day, but we're still there 5 days a week.
Yeah. 4 intense workouts, 1 stretch day. Since October, I think. October and November.
I would say we're healthier than 90% of Americans.
Yeah, I would say that as well. Well, I don't know if I would say that about me. If that's true, then 90% of Americans are heading straight to death's door.
Well,
Hope you knock. Don't just barge in. Knock. All are testnets, meaning they emulate the live Ethereum network, but with fake ETH coins to test in a fairly identical environment just how the upgrade would perform on the actual network. The mainnet block will be chosen after we see testnets working smoothly. None of y'all care about this. I'm just going to be honest with you. You might care about this. The upgrade itself also doubles the gas limit. So adding a bit of capacity to the Ethereum network with the fee burning, further potentially reducing total supply during highly congested periods at a rate of about $50 million a day. So,
And that's really what it comes down to.
that's exactly what it boils down to. So they're going to be burning $50 million a day.
Potentially.
As long as, if the network is bullish and people are using it, it will probably hit that number. If right now they're down to, let's see how much GWEI we're at, like 20.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
20 what?
20 GWEI. It's at 25 now. If it gets down to 2, Paraguay.
We're all going.
That's one of my favorite dad jokes, I think, I ever made. Paraguay. It's pretty good.
I'm sure if we went down the list, you'd have a lot that are your favorite.
Bitcoin dominance dropping 1.5% in the last 30 minutes.
Ethereum up, too. Or at least it was this morning.
25.54. It's down for the last 24 hours. Basically, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the same place they were yesterday. But we think that there's no way Ethereum's not moving up in July. Am I right? You think that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, with this EIP 1559, but I mean, guys, is it buy the rumor, sell the news? The thing about this, though, is why it's not necessarily buy the rumor, sell the news, is because the news is a functional thing that will actually affect the price.
Yeah.
So it's different than a news story or a partnership or any of that stuff. So.
And that's something to keep in mind, guys. Like, part of the reason Bitcoin does as well as it does is all of this is a function of supply and demand. And so by adding a token burning metric, like he was just referencing, it's going to effectively reduce the supply pretty dramatically. So that's going to have a huge effect on the price.
Yeah, exactly. Someone said, BitBoy has very less confidence. I'll just tell you this. There's one thing I'm not short on, and that's confidence. I'm not less confidence. Thank you for that. Everest Entrepreneur. Where did you look that up to copy and paste that so you spelled it correctly? Okay. All right, let's get this info to the public. People need to hear the truth. Hit that like button. The more people that hit the like button, the more people see. What are we at, viewers-wise?
Still around 11,000.
We're getting killed today.
Yeah, 5628 likes.
We peaked out at 50,000 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
At 11,000. If that many people left, or is it a conspiracy? You guys tell your friends. Also, guys, don't forget to take part in our contest. Just a reminder before we get to the last story. You guys head on over to BitBoy_crypto. Changing the name to Ben Armstrong has not helped, by the way, to get verified. These people are not verifying me. I don't know why. But you guys want to take part in this, you hit the Gleam link, and you guys head on over there. We are crushing it on Twitter. 423,000 followers, heading to 500,000 on Twitter. So pretty fun news there. Okay, last story of the day. Pension provider partners with Coinbase to offer 5% exposure to crypto. Pension funds are looking to crypto investments despite the recent market sell-off. Now, here's something that's interesting. Is we got a lot of these big funds and old money looking at having 1% of crypto in their portfolio. This is 5%. This is pretty ballsy for the pension people, for the retirees.
Well, I think the story we covered earlier said 10%. 10.6, I thought. But either way.
What on what? On the big money?
Yeah.
Well, it was let's see what it said. Let's just pull it back up and look at it real quick. High profile 10 point. United States-based funds were bullish about the new asset class, expecting to raise their portfolio to crypto to 10.6% on average within 5 years. But then there was also one story around here that said that high dollar people put like 1%. Here it is. The chief financial officers, the CFOs themselves, personally expected to have a minimum of 1% of their portfolio in crypto. So people that are hardcore in finance, like they want 1%. What a bunch of idiots, I tell you. Yeah. Dummies. You're telling me you don't want an asset that can drop 40% in a day? Get the out of here. Get the F out of CFO.
Weak.
COs we're going to call you. See, I got the F out.
Yeah.
COs.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, thanks. All right, back to the story. I'm glad we found those percents, though.
Yeah.
We found where they came from. We both had the right percents.
Yeah.
United States-based retirement plan provider For Us All, FUA, is joining forces with Coinbase to allow clients to invest up to 5% of their portfolio assets in cryptos. The pension provider, which primarily serves small to medium-sized businesses, is working to offer exposure to more than 50 cryptos in a product called Alt 401k. That's an interesting name.
It is.
We're so 2021 that even our products, our 401ks are now alt. So alt 401ks. The firm's co-founder and chief investment officer, David Ramirez, acknowledged concerns regarding offering crypto products in pension portfolios due to their volatility. This stuff just blows my mind. Due to their volatility, but argued that U.S. citizens will be at a disadvantage if they're not given the option of accessing crypto assets in their retirement plans. The average American may be at a structural disadvantage relative to large institutions and high net worth individuals, and we just don't think that's right. Guys, the idea that there are concerns about crypto's volatility when what do you think they're offering? I mean, they're probably offering Bitcoin, Ethereum. I don't know what else. That's probably about it.
Yeah.
Okay. The idea that you're looking at this chart in its lifetime and you're saying, well, it's very dangerous. In fact, it's the least dangerous asset in the history of mankind.
It only goes up like crazy. Hard to predict.
Oh, Damon put in his time at the government. He works for the government. He's going full-time crypto. Oh, this is our guy that works at the Oh, maybe I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say it.
That was a good catch.
That was a good catch. This is the guy. This is the guy. Oh, I know Damon. Yeah, I messaged back and forth with him on LinkedIn a little bit. Yeah, Damon. What are you going to do in crypto? We want to know. That's cool. Maybe not in this stream because we're done. Big boy out. Sorry, I'm back. I can't go like that short on a...
Oh, you didn't even give me time to put the music on.
So one firm that does allow Bitcoin purchases is Bitcoin IRA. Is those the people we talk to? Bitcoin IRA?
No.
Whatever the company we work with sucks. I don't like those people.
Yeah,
they were douches.
Long story. They were idiots, but it was...
they're really incredibly dumb.
I trust.
Yeah, incredibly dumb. We don't like those people at all.
Yeah.
One firm that does allow the direct purchase of crypto assets and gold for retirement plans is Bitcoin IRA, which was founded in 2016. Commenting on For Us All's collaboration with Coinbase, Chris Klein, he was an American Pie, I think, co-founder and chief operating officer at Bitcoin IRA, stated, For Us All in Coinbase wouldn't be doing this if there wasn't a market. There are people that want this with these types of funds, and they want to have access to new and exciting things with 401ks. That sentence just sounds a little dirty. Like if you're a traditional finance guy, like they want access to new and exciting things with a 401k. I mean, those are like, it's not an oxymoron, but they almost cancel each other out, right? New and exciting opportunity, and then a 401k is like old, boring, like maybe I'll make 1% on this. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, but here we go. We got Michael Saylor in the same story. This guy shows up everywhere. If you invest 5% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, you made the decision to invest 95% of your portfolio in assets getting demonetized by Bitcoin. This guy is ruthless.
Yeah.
David said he was sweating. That's funny. I got you, David. Don't worry. I thought about it. The process that went on in my brain that was like, maybe I shouldn't say this, and I actually stopped before it got out of my mouth. First time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
So just for you, Damon. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. Let's see what happens with Bitcoin. Hopefully we'll come on tomorrow. It's at 42K. We're excited. Hopefully we're not down in the dumps tomorrow. It's been a little refreshing to see a few days where we've got some, excitement going on. And hopefully it will continue. You guys continue watching. Make sure to get on the contest. Also, last thing I want to mention, our Bitverse drop on Minimal, huge success. We already sold out of the BitBoy and the Banker. This one right here, the BitBoy B-Punk and the Banker B-Punk, those ones are already gone. We do have several of these other ones left. You guys want to check those out. We got an airdrop coming this week, $10,000 worth of Bit token spread across the owners of one of these cards So go check it out. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.